Chapter 13, 82. Wu Yong's Anger and Hatred. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. In the Battle of the Dream Realm, Shadow Sect lost entirely, and Southern Border's Righteous Path similarly suffered devastating losses. They lost the Super Goo formation they had arranged, the immortal goo each clan had offered, as well as countless mortal goo. They had invested so much, but their earnings were so little. Moreover, in the exploration of the Dream Realm, they had suffered direct attacks and lost several goo immortals. The true profiteer, besides Fang Yuan, who had become Shadow Sect's leader, was Heavenly Court. Heavenly Court had not only captured Spectral Soul's main body, they had also walked away with the remaining second and first layer of the Super Goo formation. The immortal goo inside these two layers all belonged to Southern Border's Righteous Path, besides Dark Limit immortal goo, which belonged to Fang Yuan. Southern Border's Righteous Path was extremely indignant at such behavior. They wanted to demand an explanation from Heavenly Court. After all, they all belonged to the Righteous Path. Heavenly Court's actions were too unreasonable. When they had just started chasing after Fang Yuan and the others, Wu Yong had also started looking for Heavenly Court's goo immortals. Although Southern Border and Central Continent were two different regions, super forces often transacted with each other. The credit for this went to Treasure Yellow Heaven. It was because of Treasure Yellow Heaven that goo immortals could transact easily and more often with each other. Continuous circulation of goods meant frequent exchange and communication. As such, Wu Yong was able to look for Central Continent's 10 great ancient sects without much obstruction. However, he was not able to contact Heavenly Court's goo immortals. If he could not interrogate Heavenly Court, just tangling with the 10 great ancient sects would not solve their problems. Fairy Z Wei, Wu Yong mumbled while holding an information path mortal goo. He had not expected Heavenly Court's goo immortals to take the initiative to seek him out. In this hidden Heavenly Court wisdom path, goo immortal had used just a mere information path mortal goo to put Wu Yong in a difficult spot. The contents of this information path mortal goo were about Fang Yuan and the others. Heavenly Court had information about Ying Wu Shi, Purple Mountain True Monarch, Binding Bing, Fang Yuan, and the rest, including the information that they possessed on the ancient battle formation, omni-directional travel. The information that shocked Wu Yong the most was the real Wu Yihai was long since dead. The person who had mixed into Wu clan, As Wu Yihai, was the otherworldly demon, Fang Yuan. It was actually like this. Fang Yuan is Wu Yihai. Wu Yihai is Fang Yuan? Wu Yong had still been thinking about saving his little brother, but now he found that his half-sibling had died long ago, and the enemy had been disguising as him all along. Wu Yong first felt shock at this information. After all, this was beyond his expectations. He then felt anger. Anger towards Fang Yuan. This blasted criminal was the true killer of Wu Yihai and was actually so audacious that after committing the murder, not only did he not escape, he joined Wu clan instead. This was simply a slap towards the entirety of Wu clan, including Wu Yong. More importantly, Fang Yuan had managed to pull it off perfectly. This was a disgrace, a humiliation. Fang Yuan not only looked down on the great Wu clan, he still ran to Wu clan and gave them resounding slaps. What kind of force was Wu clan? Southern Border's publicly recognized #1 Righteous Path force. What kind of person was Wu Yong? Wu Yong was the current person in charge of Wu clan. He was the first Supreme Elder with rank 8 cultivation. He was a powerhouse with a number of rank 8 immortal goo, and even possessed an immortal goo house. Fang Yuan's action was simply toying with Wu clan and Wu Yong like they were a joke. However, besides anger towards Fang Yuan, Wu Yong was also furious at Heavenly Court. Heavenly Court had taken away all the immortal goo of Wu clan from the Super Goo formation. This was one reason. The second was that Heavenly Court had sent this information to Wu Yong. What did this imply? They were telling Wu Yong wordlessly, "We have blackmail material on your Wu clan. You should consider your next course of action properly." As far as Wu Yong was concerned, this was a threat. Why was it that information of Fang Yuan being disguised as Wu Yihai was a threat to Wu Yong. This was the difference between the righteous path and demonic path. The righteous path had its own rules. The righteous path paid attention to reputation and face. Even if they took something by force, they would need a proper reason. They all needed to stand on the side of righteousness. Previously, many clans created difficulties for Wu clan, seizing Wu clan's resource points. How did Ho clan do it? They first sent one of their Gu immortals to pretend to be a demonic scoundrel, while another Hu clan Gu immortal pretended to chase him down, and with this reason, they forcibly occupied the resource point. How did Yong clan do it? They had planned and prepared for a long time. They first inserted themselves in a nearby mortal village of Wu clan. Then through the friction and contradictions between the mortals, they obtained justification. Wu Yong clearly had high battle strength and also possessed clear jade dripping wind tiny bamboo building. Why did he have to act so passively before? Haha, this was Wu Yong's scheme. He knew Wu clan had an enormous territory. If he directly showed his strength, other clans would only be wary and perhaps restrain themselves, but they would still be itching to take action. After all, Wu clan only had one rank 8 Gu immortal. But if Wu clan passively defended first, letting other clans bully it, Wu Yong could later retaliate with justification and sufficient excuses and get a bite out of every clan. Only like this would every force remember the pain and not dare to infringe upon Wu clan's might for several decades. This was Wu Yong's plan. Even his closest aide, Wu Fa, was not aware of this. In fact, before this, everything had been gradually progressing according to Wu Yong's plan. It was just that he had not expected the appearance of a disruptor like Shadow Sect. The demon Fang Yuan had mixed into Wu clan, and even Wu Yong himself treated Fang Yuan as his own brother. Don't forget that before this, Wu Yong had used Wu Yihai many times to elevate his reputation by showing care for him. Such a matter had happened to Wu clan, which was the #1 righteous path force of southern border. This would absolutely lower their reputation sharply and even cause other clans to have thoughts of turning on them. Wu Yong had wanted to use his planned excuses to get back at the other clans. But with this matter, as long as southern border's great clans stubbornly pressed on this issue, Wu clan's prestige would be gone. Your Wu clan is the head of southern border's righteous path, but a demon mixed in and even left unharmed. What face does your Wu clan have to command the righteous path? What qualifications does your Wu clan have to occupy these resources? Are you occupying these resources so you can supply them to the demons you are hiding inside your clan? On Earth, this was akin to when celebrities were discovered to have taken drugs. Successful people who always proclaimed they loved their family were found to have extramarital affairs, or when traitorous undercover agents were found within the police force. Prestige could not be seen and could not be touched, but it was indeed a kind of strength that could influence all aspects. The way Wu Yong saw it, those resource points Wu clan lost were nothing. Since they could be lost, he could also seize them back. In truth, he was trying to take the opportunity to elevate his prestige, show his powerful strength, and leave behind his story in the history of southern border. However, this changed because of Fang Yuan. Once this matter was found out, it would be a huge blow to Wu clan. The prestige and reputation that countless generations of Wu clan members had built and maintained painstakingly would suffer enormous damage. Once this matter was spread, what face would Wu Yong still have to go seize back the lost resource points? Wu clan would not be able to raise its head for a long period of time. This damned Fang Yuan! Wu Yong clenched his teeth. He had never hated a person to this extent. It was actually quite ironic. He had himself to blame for using Wu Yihai to increase his reputation by showing his benevolence and familial love. But the result? This familial love would turn into Wu Yong's incompetence for being toyed around by Fang Yuan. This was a lifetime stain on Wu Yong. This blasted fairy Ziwei. Wu Yong was full of hatred towards this female wisdom path, immortal of heavenly court as well. Her intention was clear. By informing Wu Yong of this, she was warning Wu Yong, as well as using him as a tool to make him do his best to eliminate Fang Yuan and the others. Wu Yong had to kill Fang Yuan. As long as he secretly killed Fang Yuan, Wu Yihai's death could be blamed on Shadow Sect. It was undoubtedly logical. By then, even if Heavenly Court exposed this matter, Wu Yong would have nothing to fear. This matter also would not be his life's disgrace. Fairy Ziwei. Wu Yong mumbled this name. He knew clearly that Fairy Ziwei wanted him to exert himself to kill Fang Yuan and the others. She was blatantly using him. Yet Wu Yong had no choice but to do it. Most importantly, this letter Gu from Fairy Ziwei only had information about Fang Yuan and Shadow Sect. It did not have any words of negotiation or threat towards Wu Yong. This made Wu Yong unable to grasp any information that could be used against Fairy Ziwei. Lord Wu Yong, what happened? Chao clan's first supreme elder, Chao Ji Kai, asked with concern when he saw Wu Yong's expression turning on. Wu Yong glanced at him, immediately feeling hatred towards him as well. It was this old geezer, ordering Chao clan to cling on to and climb up my Wu clan. Without him, how could Fang Yuan have joined my Wu clan so easily? On the surface, however, Wu Yong smiled, speaking warmly to Chao Ji Kai. It is nothing. I was just concerned about my brother. Who knows what would happen to him in Shadow Sect's hands? Chao Ji Kai felt strange inwardly. There were no outsiders here. Why was Wu Yong still concerned about Wu Yihai? Why was he acting like this? Previously, Wu Yong's concern over Fang Yuan was just a show, but it was real this time. His concern over Fang Yuan now was the desire to kill him immediately. You still cannot contact Wu Yihai? Wu Yong secretly contacted Wu Clan's Gu immortals back at headquarters. The group of immortals were silent. Among them, one spoke. The last time we communicated with Lord Wu Yihai was when he borrowed Gu from the clan. Another continued. Lord Wu Yihai has 6 immortal Gu he borrowed from the clan. Nothing must happen to him. Wu Yong's anger immediately flared by several degrees. He had personally approved Fang Yuan's request of borrowing these 6 immortal Gu from the treasury. Moreover, there was still the provision of 100,000 immortal essence stones. Wu Yong himself had taken the initiative to give them to Fang Yuan. Wu Yong really wanted to slap himself. At the same time, his hatred towards Fang Yuan deepened even more. It was this guy. This guy really could act. Even at the verge of being exposed, he still did not forget to reap profits. Truly insidious and extremely crafty. I, the Grand Wu Yong, was actually scammed by this guy.